the bottom. Desmond Clark doesn't properly introduce me for what I accomplished for the last year. So if you guys can just title me the champ and call me the champ when we're talking, I appreciate that.
Nah, Kirk Cousins is a top half quarterback. He's a top half.
What part of the top half is he?
He's in there, in that little mix between.
So he's the bottom half or the top half. And this had to be one of those games that y'all was like, Des must know something here, because there's no way all of us should have been picking Denver here. There's no way.
They are on a mission to get to the playoffs this year. I have the Detroit Lions in an upset to kick off the season.
He never told us why. I just heard a whole. I don't know if you heard Diego.
They're gonna do it. They're gonna prove them wrong.
Hey, so Diego. So I understand if you want to keep family business in house. I feel like this is a pick for your dad to get back in the good graces of someone, and you probably don't even know, because sometimes kids don't know about grown folks' business.
Like BMF, you can't get caught slipping with the Detroiters. So I think they're gonna underestimate him.
This is former Chicago Bear Desmond Clark. And y'all hear me on many podcasts, but when y'all hear me on Pick'em Pros, y'all know it's all about family. This ain't just business.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. You know who it is. I am Derek Thompson.
And I'm Diego Thompson.
And who are we?
We're the Pick'em Pros.
We are the Pick'em Pros, coming back at you in the house with a new episode of Who You Got. We are the Pick'em Pros, father-son dynamic duo, and it is football time. Week 1 of this 2023 NFL season, and we are here to pick all the games. We're going to do this all season long and into the playoffs. Every week, we're going to give you our picks, not only Diego and myself, but also with former tight end of the Chicago Bears, Desmond Clark, and Wake Forest Hall of Famer. Des will be joining us every week. He's going to be here for the entire show this week, so we'll be on in just a minute. We're going to make all of our picks compete, raise money for great causes. It's going to be fantastic. So we're going to have him join us. But hey, man, how you doing?
I'm doing good today, man. How's your day going?
I'm doing well, man. It's a beautiful Saturday, and we're making our picks early since we have extra time for week 1. Going ahead and recording this a little early and getting this out there. So typically we'll have our show out every Thursday before the weekend shows. We'll have this one out a little earlier. But I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Football's here. Your games have started, so you're playing football. You're playing receivers, starting on special teams, playing outside linebacker. So been fun watching you, and now it's time to watch college and watch the NFL.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ooh, man. Well, hey, man, let's just dive right into it. No need to waste time. Let's bring Des in. I'm sure he's going to want to talk about last year because he joined us mid-season. So we'll talk about that, and then we'll get right into these picks. But we got 16 games, so we agree on 10, disagree on 6. So I think I'm on the island for 4. You're on the island for 1. Des is on the island for 1. But let's go ahead and bring Des in. You ready?
Yep, I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are here. It is almost week 1. We've got the man, our homeboy, Desmond Clark, a.k.a. Des, is here joining us. Welcome back, my friend.
Hey, I officially want to change my name. So at the bottom here, I see that y'all got my name lowercase, right? And y'all 2 names are in all capital letters.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to jump into this season, but before we jump into this season, can y'all now address me as the champ? And that's what I want to have down at the bottom. Desmond Clark doesn't properly introduce me for what I accomplished for the last year. So if you guys can just title me the champ and call me the champ when we're talking, I appreciate that.
Please, already, man, Diego, we 15 seconds in, and
Yeah.
there's
It's too
already
early.
starting.
We
It's
got to
too
set
early to be talking on it, man.
tempo. We got to set the tempo. Yes.
Okay, so since you want to rehash, live in the past, go back to old stuff. See, we here to talk about week 1 of this 2023 season. But okay, if we have to go back, you want to be called the champ and all this kind of stuff. So let's reflect here. So I am the champion of last season because the full totality of the season.
But I wasn't here for the whole season. What are you talking about?
True. But we can't, it's just like, real sports. You might not be there because of injury. Maybe you're just not on the team yet. You know what I'm saying? But you still your body of work, you didn't have a full season of body work. The games you there were impressive. There's no denying that. It was very impressive. But it was a little
where are you going with this? Where are you going with this? I mean, just because somebody missed part of a season because he wasn't invited, and I think y'all did that on purpose. Like, we're gonna invite Dez to come on this show, but we don't want to do it right now. We want to kind of get warmed up, see can we get better at what we do. So I know when he comes on, he's just gonna kill it. So we need like some time to get better at what we do, and then we'll invite Dez on later. I mean, come on, man. If y'all gonna do that and set it up like that, and then this is what you're gonna do after y'all kind of handicap me this for the year, don't want to invite me to almost mid-season. I mean, I guess if that's the way you want to run it, that's the way you do things here at Pick 'em Pro. I guess you can have it then, Derek.
But as you know, this is a full season here, so we're gonna get a full picture. You were very impressed with the picks you made. Although week 1, you stumbled out the gate. You know what I mean? But then you got your footing, and you were very, very impressive. But yeah, I feel like we all have something we can take from last season. So your half a season, you had the best record for half a season. I had the best, overall record for a 17-week.
And I had the best playoff record.
Diego had
and I picked the Super Bowl. So
so we all kind of got something there. So
when you need to have it,
this season is really going to determine. Okay, now we all have an argument. Okay, let's settle it. Let's settle it this year. What y'all think of that?
Okay, and this year we ain't giving out participation trophies like we did last year.
All right. Now, do we have the cover? Now, I know I'm rocking this chain because I have many chains here, Pick 'em Pros, but the official chain. Where is the chain?
See, I didn't want to come out and do too much, I mean, I just wanted to come out and state that this year my name is the champ, or y'all call me Desmond the Champ Clark. I mean, however y'all want to do it, or Desmond the all-time legend. I mean, this is what I got here, champ, whatever, however you guys want to do that. It just needs to be something that goes with my name to properly, let people know who I am and with what we do here with Pick 'em Pros.
Okay. All right. What you think of that, Diego? Do you have any hardware? You got anything to say?
Yeah, I have another Pick 'em Pros chain. It's under so much stuff, so I can't really reach it right now. But
don't tell me you gonna grab what I think you gonna grab.
Since we are in week 1, I do have this here.
Oh God,
that's about the worst thing you.
Rep the team, #1 overall pick. So I do have this hardware.
You bragging about number 1 overall pick? I ain't heard nobody.
We traded up. We traded up with the Bears to get the #1 overall pick.
Meaning that y'all wasn't too far behind the #1 overall pick, and you kind of bragging about that. But I mean, to each his own.
Man, now,
let me just keep this on. Actually, I kind of like it.
Now we got to get to these picks. We won't be too long here, but we do have to, because I'm just piecing this together here. It was a trade between the Carolina Panthers and the Chicago Bears.
Yes.
Yes, man. What do you think about that trade?
I loved it for the Bears, and I loved it for Carolina for a couple reasons. The Bears needed more weapons we needed we have a quarterback, right? And they told us, the team told us that they believe in our quarterback, but we need to get our quarterback more weapons. So that's what they was able to do. Carolina needed a quarterback. And the other reason that I like it for Carolina, I was talking to my college coach, the guy who helped make me a legend at Wake Forest, Coach Caldwell. I was talking to him last year during a Wake Forest football game that we both attended. And I said, Coach, you got to get back in the league anytime soon. It's like, Des, if I go back to the league, it's going to be because I get to coach a very dynamic quarterback. And now he's the quarterback coach for the Carolina Panthers. So I'm glad Carolina got their quarterback, and I'm glad to see my coach back in the league coaching that quarterback.
Love that.
Nice.
Okay. All right. So I definitely understand your logic. Only thing I'm concerned about, especially for Uncle Dwayne, is I'm worried about the legacy of the Bears being the team that not only passed on Patrick Mahomes, but then you know if Bryce goes on to be that deal and Fields fizzles, you know what the narrative's gonna be on that.
Yeah, I mean, but that's why the GM and everybody in the office get paid the big bucks, right?
Yeah,
and that's why most of them don't last that long, because it's a crapshoot, it's a crapshoot, and
don't know.
Man, sometimes the person that you think is going to do well does well, and then sometimes the for sure number one overall, number 2 pick in the draft, supposed to be a Hall of Famer, just fizzles out and don't do anything. So that's the way it goes, and hopefully it works out for the Carolina Panthers and it works out for the Chicago Bears. I wanted to work out for the Chicago Bears more than I wanted to work out for the Carolina Panthers, obviously, but I could live with both of them working well.
All right. We're gonna see. Well, I definitely hope for the Bears, for you, and for Uncle Dwayne that things work out, because I as much as I love giving Uncle Dwayne grief, that might be a little too much. But
this may push some people over the edge.
All right.
It may see an increase in new TVs bought.
Yeah, for real. All right. Well, let's get into these week 1 picks. We have 16. We have a full slate of games here. We all agree on 10 games. So we're going to start with those 10 that we agree on. Then we'll move to the 6 that we disagree on. So we agree on 10. I am then on the island for 4 games. I'm bold because I understand that, week 16, we'll start week 1, but these 16 games, a lot of upsets. Week 1 is very unpredictable, although it is predictable for me. Then Diego's on the island for 1 game. I'm sure you all can imagine what game that is. And then Des is on the island for a big primetime game. So we've got a fun show. So let's get into it. All right. So Diego, kick us off, man. We're going to start with these 10 that we agree on. First game up, we have the Houston Texans traveling to the Baltimore Ravens. 1 p.m. game Sunday on CBS. Wow. Who do we have for this matchup?
Well, I mean, CJ Stroud's first game going to Baltimore. It's a tough place to go against that defense. So I got the Ravens, and Lamar and OBJ gonna have a big game there. So no surprise, Ravens.
All right.
And let's just keep it short and sweet. It's Houston, and they're playing Baltimore. Do we have to say more?
Yeah.
It's what it came down to for me.
That's it. Yeah, nothing else for me to add. I mean, Ravens, we're gonna actually have a show here where we pick the all our picks for the Super Bowl, and the Ravens may be my pick. So I'm very high on the Ravens this year. And shout out to Lovie Smith for that gift to
oh yes, thank you.
to Chicago and then Carolina. So shout out to Lovey, man. That was great the way you did that. All right. So next one. Let's go to our second game. We have the Cincinnati Bengals at not Baltimore. We have Cincinnati Bengals at the Cleveland Browns. Cincinnati Bengals, Cleveland Browns, 1 p.m. on CBS. Diego, I know you've been high on the Bengals since I've been with them, and you pretty much copy everything I do. So now you seem to be higher on the Bengals than you have in the past. So who do you have?
Okay, well, the reason I like the Bengals, not because of you, it's because of Burrow and it's because of Chase. Love those guys, not because of you. So, yep, the numbers up. So we all got the Bengals here. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, all those receivers in that dynamic offense. I think it's gonna be too much for the Browns.
Yeah, I think Cincinnati is coming back into this season with Super Bowl hopes again, and I think they have every opportunity to get there. It's going to be one of the best teams in the league. Cleveland, on the other hand, they're going in a different direction. It seems like they're always rebuilding, but maybe if Watson can get going earlier this year, maybe they can make something out of this season. But I don't expect a whole lot from Cleveland, and this is that rivalry game. I just see Cincinnati being a better team.
Right. Yeah, I have Cincinnati as well for you guys. I've been high on Cincinnati the last couple of years. Am a little concerned. Opening week can be fluky. Cleveland is at home. It is a rivalry game. Browns typically play Cincinnati tough. And then Burrow, how's he going to be off that calf injury? Is he fully healthy? That's even my concern with Cincinnati overall for this season with that non-contact injury. But with all that said, still have the Bengals to win this game this week. All right, so we agree on that. Take that one to your bank. All right, third game here. We have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers traveling to Minnesota, 1 p.m. game on CBS, play Kirk Cousins and JJ. Who's going to win this one, Diego?
I got the Vikings here. They're at home. Kirk Cousins coming off that quarterback show. Justin Jefferson coming off the best receiver a year in the league last year. And the Bucs, they don't have Tom Brady anymore, and they got to get used to Baker Mayfield slinging the ball around. So I got the Vikings.
When Tom Brady came to Tampa, I was having an argument with some family members down here, and I was like, he's old, he's washed up, this and that. He ain't gonna do more than what was the quarterback before him, Jameis Winston. Yes. And I told those guys, I was like, Tom Brady is worth 4 wins minimum. And they went 7-9 the season before he got there, and then they went 11-5 the season that he was there and went on to win the Super Bowl. He was good for 4 wins, like I told them. But you know what? Now that he's not there, they're gonna now lose 4 wins, and it's gonna be a tough season for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And because Tom Brady is not there, it's going to be a roller coaster. And Minnesota, I think they got a lot to prove, going 13-3 last year. I think they coming in with a chip on their shoulder to show everybody last year that they were a good team. They just wasn't a fluke team. And I think they're going to come out and play with something to prove. So I got Minnesota, and I got Minnesota going a long ways this year.
Ooh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Interesting. Do you have them winning their division? Have you gotten that far yet, or even broke that down yet?
No, I think they will win the division. It'll be between Minnesota and Detroit. Oh God, when the last time you said that about this division? Thought I'd sit down, man, because if I'm standing up, I'm too intense for you guys. Me sitting down, put you guys like on an even playing field with me, because when I'm standing up, boy, this juice is coming. So I felt like I was bringing it too hard for you guys today.
We appreciate you, thinking about us like that, man. So much love. This is beautiful. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna pick up here. So yep, I agree. Minnesota for sure. Pick 'em pros. We have Minnesota. Though I do think Diego's a little clouded from that Netflix show. So he's much higher on Kirk Cousins than he has been in the past and probably should be. So
Kirk Cousins is a top half quarterback. He's a top half.
What part of the top half is he? Like, is he the bottom half?
Not top 10, but he's not outside of the top 16. He's in there, in that little mix between 10 and 16.
So he's the bottom half or the top half?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. We'll dig into that more. All right. Number 4, we got Jacksonville Jaguars. A divisional rival here, traveling to the Indianapolis Colts. 1 p.m. game on Fox. Diego, who do the Pick 'em pros have for this one?
No, we have the Jaguars in this game, coming off winning that division last year. And I don't think they're going to be I don't think they can get any worse. And I just think there's nothing but upside for them, because they got Trevor Lawrence going to a contract here. He's going to be better. They got lots of weapons around him. They got a Calvin Ridley that they traded for. They got other receiver, I forget his name. Christian Kirk. Yeah. You got him. You got Travis Etienne, who rushed for 1,000 yards. So they're looking good, and I think that they have a lot of upside this year.
Yeah, and they got a tremendous defense too, and they're young. They're exciting, and the way that they finished off that season, I look for Jacksonville to be a sneaky team in the AFC this year. I'm not totally convinced yet. I want to see how they start off the season, but they do have the potential to be a sneaky one of those teams that just comes out of quote unquote nowhere and have a really good season. And Indianapolis, starting a rookie quarterback, I think that rookie quarterback has a lot of work to do, and I think they're going to struggle specifically early in the year until that quarterback develops and the rest of the team develops around him. So this game being early in the year, I don't see Indianapolis being able to have that team ready to go and that quarterback ready to go to face this Jacksonville team.
Yes, agreed, Des. I think the only thing the Colts have going for them is that they're at home this game, but that's still not enough to give them the win. And heck, that might even from the second half might even turn against them. So this will make it out of hand here. So we have Jacksonville Jaguars in this game. All right. The fifth game out of 10 that we agree on this week, we have the San Francisco 49ers, Brock Purdy, traveling to Pittsburgh to play the Steelers, 1 p.m. game on Fox, the Trey Lance-less 49ers. Who do we have in this one, Diego?
Yeah, we got the 49ers in this game. It wasn't an easy one because, I mean, the Steelers, sneaky team, a lot of upsets in week one. But I just think the Niners are the better team. They're stacked on offense and defense. And Brock Purdy's got something to prove that he is truly the guy and that they needed to trade Trey Lance. So, yep, 49ers. We all got them.
But San Francisco, they should have won the Super Bowl last year. If Brock Purdy doesn't get hurt, I think they win the Super Bowl last year. This is I love this story of this guy coming in, out of nowhere and playing his butt off and then getting into the playoffs and playing the way that he did. I like this, but this is just there's a chance that this can go sideways also. Because when you're coming in and you really don't know what you're getting into, you really don't know what you're doing, you're just kind of playing off instincts and emotions. And now, you kind of settle in, things start to slow down for you a little bit, and you start thinking a little bit more. I don't think this is going to be the case, but it's something that I'm worried about with Brock Purdy. Does he regress? Because it's not one of those situations where he's just thrown in the fire and don't have time to think about it. Like he did last year. But I do expect for San Francisco to be really, really good. And I don't expect for Pittsburgh to be really, really good this year. I expect for them to be kind of where they were last year. A okay team, but not a good team and not a playoff team.
Yeah, agreed. I think the Niners get this game. Steelers, a little scary week one, again at home. They're going to have a strong defense. So, there are some factors there, but still not enough to pick them for this week. So, definitely going with the 49ers with both of you guys here. All right. Well, the sixth game out of 10 that we all agree on, we have the Arizona Cardinals traveling to D.C. to play the Washington Commanders. No more Heineke. Legend. That was a great story last year. If you followed us last year, I was very much into it. I was ahead of the curve on Heineke with his magical wins last year. Don't understand why he's no longer there, but we'll talk about that more another time. But this game is 1 p.m. on Fox. We got the new offensive coordinator. Who do we have here, Diego?
We all have the Washington Commanders here against the Cardinals. And no Kyler Murray for the Cardinals. He's still recovering from his torn ACL. And the Commanders, I really think that these two teams are in a similar spot. I think they're both going to be really bad and going to fight for that number 1 overall pick, draft Caleb Williams. But I think the edge is the Commanders are at home. So that's kind of it. So Commanders.
Yeah, Washington, they may struggle this year only because they're going to play in one of the tougher divisions in the league this year. I think that Washington has a chance to be good against other teams outside of their division with the new culture that they're building there as the Commanders. I believe now I love the head coach. He was one of my coaches on my 2006 Super Bowl team. He is the right guy to be the face of a franchise. And now with the ownership changed out, I think now his imprint will be more pronounced to give this whole Washington Commanders franchise a better look and a better feel. But that's long term. But for this game, I don't like Arizona. I don't like their chances this year. And you're right, Diego. They may be fighting for that number one spot this year. So give me Washington over Arizona.
Yeah, agreed. Commanders, they have. I'm a big fan of Rivera as well. And now with their new offensive coordinator from the Chiefs, Eric Bieniemy, I think that gives them a boost. They certainly should be fired up and jacked up for this game and really try to get a win, especially against a winnable, team. So I expect them to come out and put on a good show and win this game. Cardinals. We actually attended one of their training camp practices a few weeks back, and there was not much talent there on the field. It is. We saw Kylie jogging on the side with his vest. I don't know what's up with these new weighted vests.
Yeah, so you guys brought that to me, Derek, and then I seen other players wearing it up under their shirts.
Right.
And that's the proper way to wear that thing. We just gonna leave it at that.
Oh man, yeah. And it was funny because my man, if you're gonna do that, all right, make sure you really showcasing, the hard work you've been putting in, and I know he's limited with, mouth injury, but yeah, I could see maybe a TO, some of the folks that maybe a little more ripped, trying to pull that off. But anyway, hey, we all can try. Okay. So next game, we have the Las Vegas Raiders traveling to Denver to play the Broncos. We all agree on this one. Pick 'em Pros has a consensus, but I'm sure for all of this, it may have been a little harder to pick, but we just all kind of landed the same way. But Diego, why don't you tell us who we got on this one?
Oh yeah, we all got the Broncos here winning this game because I think that they're going to win because they're at home, and Sean Payton coming in is going to really set a good culture, and Russell Wilson's going to be better, and I think the whole team's going to just be a little bit better. Not good enough to make the playoffs or anything like that, just better than 4 wins. So I think they'll beat the Raiders.
Now, this is one of those games that I chose because I wanted to be on an island, but of course I turned my sheet in early. So I'm sure when I turned my sheet in early, you guys studied it and said, all right, here's Des picks. And I'm sure, Derek, you went and said, okay, Diego, let's huddle up. Let's see what Des picks are right now. And this had to be one of those games that y'all was like, Des must know something here because there's no way all of us should have been picking Denver here. There's no way. So I think y'all guys are colluding over there, trying to get together and do whatever y'all doing over there in the Thompson household to collude against me. But I got Denver in this one. I don't necessarily think Denver is the best team, but I think playing at home, first game with new coach, Russell Wilson got something to prove. That's why I picked Denver over Las Vegas.
Yes. Yeah. All those amazing facts that you just spit out at the end.
Oh, talking about the collusion too? The collusion was a fact too, right? The collusion was a fact.
We're not going. We would never collude. We would not do that. Pick 'em Pros would never do that. Just the fact that they're at home. They definitely are going to do everything to have a good season this year. Sean Payton is the coach. Russ, and then also I'm very much in tune with Denver Broncos Russ and when he's going to cook. I was on the island last year and picked the game that was overseas where they actually won.
Really?
Was in tune with that. I said he's going to earn his 200-some million this game, right? So I'm very much in tune with the Broncos.
You're bragging about one overseas game from last year.
Yeah, because that was
one game.
Yeah, that was a great call. That was a great pick. So yeah, I'm very, very much in tune with the Broncos and when they're going to win. So yeah, that's why we win.
Okay,
we'll go with that.
All right. So the 8th out of 10 that we agree on, we have the Miami Dolphins. This was a tough one, man. This is a tough one. Oh my goodness, I really wanted to be on the island with this. We had the Miami Dolphins at the Chargers. Chargers are at home. We all agree on this one. Diego, what's the pick for this?
Yeah, we all got the Chargers winning this game. I think these teams are really, really similar and evenly matched because they both got dynamic quarterbacks, dynamic receivers, just crazy, just dynamic offenses. And I think this could just be like a 38-35 high scoring, just touchdown game that could end on a field goal. But Chargers are at home, so I'll give them the edge here.
Yeah, this really is going to be a high-scoring game. This may be the most exciting game of the first week because of these dynamic offenses, the quarterbacks, the receivers that they have. But Miami, they're going to have a sneaky good defense this year. So I'll be interested to see how they do. But for this game, the long travel going out on the West Coast, give me the LA Chargers.
Yeah. The fact the Chargers at home really is what put it over the top for me. I had Miami. Initially, when I went and looked, I had Miami. I was like, do I really trust them to go there and win this game on the road? If they had their corner, their DB.
Ramsey,
yeah, if they had Ramsey, I might have done it, but I'm like, So, yeah, I just couldn't do it. But I'm very high on Miami. Love Tyreek, love Waddle, the whole squad. I think they're going to have a great season. Just get off to a 0-1 start because they're playing one of the few teams that can beat them on this first week. All right. So 9th out of 10th game that we agree on, we have the Philadelphia Eagles traveling to New England to play the Patriots Sunday, 4:25 on CBS. Who do we have in this one, Diego?
We all got the Eagles here. They got something to prove from losing in the Super Bowl to Mahomes and the Chiefs. And this is going to be a sneaky good game, I think, because the Patriots, they're at home. They got their quarterback, Mac Jones, has some things to prove. So, but I still think that the Eagles will pull it off.
So I got to go back and look at this, but typically teams that lose the Super Bowl, they don't have a great season the next year. But this is the Philadelphia Eagles. They have one of the best quarterbacks in the league. They have one of the best offensive personnel in the league, and they have a defensive line that led the league in sacks last year. So I expect them to buck that stat of Super Bowl teams not losing Super Bowl teams not having a good year the following year. I got Philadelphia over New England. I think New England, they're playing in a tough division. So I believe they're going to be a good team. Their record may not be super outstanding just because of that division, but I believe they're going to be a good team also. But Philadelphia will take this one.
Yeah, I agree. I also, know about the team that loses in the Super Bowl. They normally don't come back all that well the following season. Think this Philadelphia Eagles team, they won't be as bad as some other teams that lose in the Super Bowl. I have them making the playoffs, but I don't have them winning the division because of that. So I don't think they're going to be as good as a lot of people are predicting they're going to be. However, the Patriots, with a lot of the holes that they have, think this is a game that Philly can get off to a good start. The Patriots concern me because, again, Bill Belichick, he's always regarded as the best coach ever, although the last several years have not gone so well. So it's like I'm waiting for him to have this magical lead the Patriots much farther than they should. And it's like I'm waiting. Is this going to be the year? Who knows? But I just can't pick the Patriots to beat the Eagles week 1.
So we live in this world of quick information. So I just looked that up real quick. The Super Bowl losing team's record the next year is actually 10-6.
Oh, okay.
That's a myth. The Super Bowl hangover is a myth.
Yeah. I wouldn't have thought that. Okay. Good look up. Good look up. All right. So I think we're all spot on with this one. So maybe a close game, maybe closer than people think, but I think the Eagles take this one. And the last game, the 10th out of 10 that we agree on before we get into our disagreements here, we have the Los Angeles Rams traveling to Seattle to play the Seahawks, 4:25 Eastern on Fox. Who do we have in this one, Diego?
We all got the Seahawks winning this game. They're at home. They got some really good receivers. They got TK Metcalf, Lockett, and that first round receiver they drafted from Ohio State, Jackson Smith-Njigba, seems to be really, really nice. And they're playing a Rams team that looks very different from when they won the Super Bowl. They still have Stafford, a Cooper Kupp, even though he got kind of banged up in training camp, and Aaron Donald, but they lost Jalen Ramsey and some other key players. So I think the Seahawks are going to win this game.
Yeah, I don't see the Rams being one of those top tier teams again this year. There's so many good teams out there, and just with the way they played last year, some of the losses that they had with personnel this year, they'll be middle of the pack. I don't think they'll make the playoffs. I like Seattle to. They went on a run last year. They kind of fizzled a little bit towards the end last year, but I like what they have out there. I like the coach, Pete Carroll. I believe in his style and what he does and how he does it. And I believe that this team has something about them that can carry them to another playoff year this year. And they started off hot last year. I expect them to start off hot again this year, and they're going to start off by beating the Rams.
Yeah, agreed. I think they are looking really nice at receiver. Geno Smith had a good year. I think he's going to follow that up with another solid year. Believe in Pete Carroll. Rams will continue to dip this year. Should the coach have gotten out and taken that television job after the Super Bowl? I wonder. We'll see. But I'm sure that'll always be open to him if he wants it. So maybe he made the right move there. But yeah, we have the Seahawks in this one. All right. So now we get into the 6 games that we disagree. We're going to start with the 4 that I'm on the island with. Then we'll go with the game that Diego's on the island with. And we'll end with Dez, the game that he's on the island with, the big controversial pick that he has on that one. But we'll start with my 4. Oh, boy, it's about that time. Y'all remember last year. Let's get the cup out. Oh, boy, let's get into these picks. Shout out to Zaxby's Clayton. Shout out to Zaxby's for letting us come there and film. When we film on location, we'll be there again soon. But let's get into this first one. All right, we got Thursday night football, the kickoff game. I'm on the island on the kickoff game. Oh, boy, here we go. We've got the Detroit Lions traveling to the Kansas City Chiefs, who play the defending Super Bowl champions. Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce. Oh, my gosh. How in the world can the Chiefs lose this one? There's no way they can lose. So, of course, these guys, they're picking the, favorite, of course, Chiefs. But no. I've got the inside scoop here. Watch out for the Detroit Lions. They're going to come in, shock the world, let y'all know, put y'all on notice that it's a different Lions team. They're going to put you on notice and let you know that they are on a mission to get to the playoffs this year. I have the Detroit Lions in an upset to kick off the season.
He never told us why. I just heard a whole. I don't know if you heard Diego.
They're gonna do it. They're gonna prove them wrong. I just heard a bunch of rah, man.
Hey, so Diego. So I understand if you want to keep family business in house because that's what you're supposed to do. You're always supposed to honor your father and always be respectful and always stay loyal to your father. So you don't have to tell me. It was probably some family turmoil going on from last year from the family in Detroit. And I feel like this is a pick for your dad to get back in the good graces of someone. And you probably don't even know because, sometimes kids don't know about grown folks' business. But I believe that it's something going on here where your dad might have screwed up somewhere with the Detroit family and he's trying to get back into the good graces. That's the only way that I can see Detroit over Kansas City. Kansas City Super Bowl champion. They playing at home. They still got Mahomes, and he's the best quarterback in the league. It's prime time. Give me Kansas City, man.
Yeah, I don't even need to add anything else. Man, come on. It's just a fact.
Oh,
Like,
hold on.
everyone-
So hold on, really quick, Diego. You say you don't need to add anything else, so there must be some truth to that whole family little squabble. I got you. I know where you're going. So I got you.
So, you know, I may or may not be seeing most of our Detroit family at a big time wedding that we're looking forward to in November. But that has nothing to do with this. You know, I also been Kansas City. It's been so much. You know, they've you know, the quarterback show on Netflix has come out with Mahomes. They've got all these documentaries coming out. I just feel like it's just rah. So much hype, can do no wrong. I feel like there's a little letdown. They clearly overachieved, and I think the narrative is now okay. Mahomes don't need any receivers. You know, we thought they were going to take a dive last year when they got rid of Tyreek, and last year was going to be a bit of a building year. You know, thought they were going to make the playoffs and all that, but nobody thought they were going to win the Super Bowl except Nick Wright, right? Nobody thought they were going to win the Super Bowl, and they did that. So now, I think the expectation is so high, they're going to buy into that a little bit and come out slipping, and Detroit's going to catch them slipping.
Wait, well, they've had
BMF. You know you can't get caught slipping with the Detroiters. So I think they're going to underestimate them.
Well, they've had documentaries and all this pressure around them for like the last 5 years. It's been this way. Yeah,
They'll handle the pressure. Don't
handle it.
All right. Well, we're gonna see. Yeah. We're gonna settle this on the field. So we will see next week. So that's my first game I'm on the island with. Second game out of 4 that I'm on the island for, and this one, oh man, I'm shocked y'all went this way. This is just a gimme. So hey, if I drunk too much out of my cup on the first game, I'll just even it out on this one. We have Tennessee Titans traveling to New Orleans to play the Saints. My goodness, I don't even know if they won a game last year. 1 p.m. game on CBS. I'm on the island with the Tennessee Titans. Oh my goodness. Well, they got my guy D Hop is in the building. Have, you know, strong coach with variable. How you pronounce the name? What's the coach's name? Yeah,
Rabel.
Rabel.
Thank you very much. Rabel. Yeah. It's Saturday, so forgive me. Rabel. So yeah, man, I think this is a gimme right here. So Tennessee definitely has this. I don't understand how y'all picked the Saints. I think y'all were just trying to snag a lucky one here. But I'll let y'all explain yourselves.
All right, well, Derek Carr is going to be hyped because it's his first game, and he's got receivers around. He's got a healthy Michael Thomas, and he's got Chris Olave. He got 1,000 yards last year as a rookie, and they got Javonte Williams, Jamal Williams, who led the league in rushing touchdowns with 17 rushing touchdowns. That's like unheard of. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
And they're at home in the dome, and it's just going to be packed, and it's a crazy environment. So I can't see how they lose this first game.
Yeah. So since we said variables, let me tell you about some different variables that's going to come into play in this game. And Diego hit on a few of them. Strong quarterback play this year. They're playing at home. And those are the two biggest things. This is New Orleans is a team that I don't care how they are playing for the entire year. They typically always play well at home. And that's why I went with the main reason I went with New Orleans, and the fact that Derek Carr is behind center.
All right. Well, other than the fact that his name is Derek, I don't know much that's going to have an impact, but we're going to see. We never know. He might rep it, although he doesn't spell it correctly, but we'll see if he can rep for the Derricks. So that's the second game we have. The third out of 4 games that I have where I'm on the island. Oh, my goodness. Woo, this is just such a fun week. It's going to be tough to know what you have to have multiple screens or have the 4-on-4. You're going to have to subscribe to the YouTube show the YouTube platform, because I think they have it where you can look at 4 different games at once.
Sunday ticket.
Yeah, Sunday ticket, red zone. You're going to have all that because there's so many great games. We have the Green Bay Packers traveling to Dez's Chicago Bears. I'm on the island for this one because this is the Jordan Love era. Jordan Love's about to take over. Aaron Rodgers pretty much mentally checked out last couple of years. Now he's all rejuvenated and in New York, and we'll talk about that. But this is the Jordan Love era. It is harmony. We don't have all the drama anymore in Green Bay. And, oh, man, we got those receivers. Man, we're just stacked, ready to go. Been silent. You haven't heard anything. It's just been silent, and they're going to come in like an assassin and just snatch that win and get on out as they typically do there in Soldier Field. So I got the Green Bay Packers in this one as my third win here.
Go ahead.
This is a make or break year for Justin Fields. And I think the thing that's going to help him is that he's going against another young quarterback that hasn't really played a lot. And because Jordan Love, he's never started a full season. At least Justin Fields has had a year and a half of starting under his belt. And they're at home. They got some weapons with DJ Moore there. That's about it. But they have him. And then they have and they're at home playing in Soldier Field. And I just think Justin Fields is a more experienced and better quarterback. So, okay.
Look, I'm not feeling the Jordan Love era. And Derek, I'm so surprised. I think I counted like 10 we's when you was talking about the Green Bay Packers. We this and we that and we this. Is this your team for this year?
Yeah.
You said we like you were speaking French. We.
It's fine. He's got a lot of teams.
Yeah, I have a number of teams, but the Packers are the top on there. Yeah,
the top.
Yeah,
are you kidding me?
That's his favorite team.
And you say there was not a whole lot. You didn't hear anything coming out of Green Bay camp. You know why you haven't heard anything? Because there's nothing to talk about. It's nothing to talk about. I'm gonna love the Love era because this is gonna be the time where Green Bay finally has to face what every other NFL team has to face. The quarterback is not a Hall of Famer every single year like it's been for the last 35 years in Green Bay. So I'm going to love the Jordan Love era because they're going to see what every other NFL team has to go through periodically, which you haven't had to go through in 2 generations now. And the main thing about this Chicago team is that they revamped the offensive line and they revamped the defensive line. And if the defense and offensive line can play up to their potential this year, I don't see Chicago being a playoff team, but I still see them being a decent team. 7 and 8 and 9, 9 and 8, somewhere around there. I see them taking a step to being a better team here in the next year or two, but not this year, but they take a step.
All right. Good arguments back and forth there. This is going to be a fun one to watch. Again, 1 out of 4 or 5 games that we'll have up simultaneously, and another one where I am on an island. So we'll see what happens with the Packers-Bears matchup there. The last one that I have that I'm on the island before we go to Diego's island game. Oh, man. Whew. Monday night football. We have the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen, Diggs, and the crew are traveling to New Jersey, MetLife Stadium to play the Jets. Aaron Rodgers' new home. Monday night, ABC, ESPN 8:15. I'm on the island. I have the Jets. So Aaron Rodgers is rejuvenated. They love him there. He can do no wrong. That defense is stacked. That defensive line is ridiculous. Backfield, everything. It's going to be a great matchup and a tough game, but I have the Jets. There's no way the Jets, after all this hoopla, can lose their opening game, can they? There's no way that happens. I have the New York Jets. Who do you guys have?
Well, you know what? The only way you can get to a secluded island is to take a jet. And that's what you did. You took these freaking New York Jets to be on that island. And I believe that you're going to get stuck on that island because that jet that you took over there is going to get crushed. It's going to get crushed by Buffalo. So when you get stuck over there on that island and you're all by yourself and you don't have a way to get back, just remember that I told you that the Jets are going to get crushed. And however you got to get back, swim, take a boat, I don't know, SOS. I'll try to help you out, but This one's not going to go well for you. But the thing here is that I'm looking forward to seeing is all the drama starting back right after they lose with Aaron Rodgers. I'm looking forward to that because it's been a love fest so far. But as soon as Aaron Rodgers lose and that New York media start asking tough questions, I want to see him say, "Just relax" to the New York media.
Man, well, I got the Bills here. I thought this was going to be a tough choice for me because the Jets are at home and you got Aaron Rodgers and all that. If this was like a week 5 game or week 6 game, then I might have the Jets. But the first game, I mean, Aaron Rodgers out the gate, he hasn't played a game for the Jets yet. I think it's too soon to pick him against such a good Bills team. So even though they're stacked at the D-line, running back, receivers, defense, that O-line has some problems, and he was getting a little mad at them during a joint practice with the Carolina Panthers, even though it's kind of hard to ignore because their pass rush is amazing. I got the Bills, no question.
Oh boy, okay, Carolina Panthers. I didn't know that, so that's some breaking news. Yeah, breaking news there. Although I do think in that preseason game, what was it, like 27-0?
But in that joint practice when Aaron Rodgers was playing.
Oh, okay.
When Aaron Rodgers was playing against our starters on the D line, he was getting frustrated. It was a scrimmage. It was a heated scrimmage.
Practice. Not a game. Not a game. Practice.
Okay. All right. Report. So those are the 4 I'm on the island with. That will separate me and give me the coveted Pick'em Pros chain that you will see next week. So stay tuned for that. All right. But next, let's get into, we got 2 more games to cover before we get on out of here. We have Diego's game where he is on an island. I'm sure you all can guess which game this is. Man, we'll tell you what, Diego, go ahead and tell us what game is this and go ahead and make your pick. We'll just give it all to you.
All right, well, I am on an island, about 1 game here, and I am picking the number 1 overall pick, the Carolina Panthers in this game. It's going to shock the world here. See, I got the chain, big old Panther on the chain.
Who are they playing?
They're playing the Atlanta Falcons, and I'm not that high on the Atlanta Falcons because Desmond Ritter, he hasn't started a full season yet, and I don't know if he's the guy. And they do have Bijan Robinson there at the running back. He was really good in college, going to his first year. But I don't think it's going to be enough because we got Miles Sanders and Chuba in that running game. Is going to be one of the tops in the league. We got Bryce Young is going to be a top quarterback this year, a top 10 defense, and our receivers are better because we got Adam Thielen, an experienced receiver, DJ Chark, who's really explosive, and who Bryce has been looking for in training camp.
DJ Moore?
No, DJ Chark.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You gave up DS, right? You don't have him no more. My bad.
Yeah, he's been looking really good in training camp, and Bryce Young loves him as a target. And our 2nd round receiver we drafted this year, Jonathan Mingo, has been looking good in preseason, and he's really good. And yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Panthers gonna win this game.
So you said that the Panthers are gonna shock the world. Are you saying they're gonna be good this entire year?
Oh yeah,
they're
gonna make the playoffs.
Boy, go shut the front door. Get out of here. They're gonna make the playoffs.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right, Diego. Before that comment, I was kind of feeling like you had taken a step this year with your analysis and your predictions, but then you just killed it all for me. You're back to square zero. By saying something like that. You know what? This game was a toss-up, so that's why I gave you an out to say, okay, they're going to shock the world and beat Atlanta, which is not really shocking the world. But I want to give you an out because this was a toss-up. The only reason that I chose Atlanta is because they're playing at home. You know what? I could have went with Carolina also, but I just went with the home team here. This is one of those games that don't mean much because both of these teams are going to suck this year. So
I don't know about that. I don't know.
All right. Well, I would Des agree with you. The Falcons are going to win this game, but not just because they're home. I have the Falcons winning the division.
Wait, what?
That may not be saying a whole lot because there's not much in the division.
7-10 might win this division.
Well, there's some stuff. There's some stuff in the division.
That's right. So yeah, I know. I again love the Panthers. Want them to have a good season. Would love to see them make the playoffs. I want Bryce to be great. But yeah, I think the Falcons are going to win this division. And in order to win this division, this is going to be a game they need to get out the gate at home against a division rival. So yeah, I just don't see the Panthers going in and winning this game. Although I see the Panthers getting better as the season goes along. And since the division will be so weak, maybe they can squeak it at the end. But I don't see them going into Atlanta to win this first game. All right. So then the last game, we're going to end with the game that Des is on the island with here. We have the primetime Sunday night games, always the biggest game of the week. That is clearly overtaking Monday Night Football. Sunday night is where it's at. We've got the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys are always on Sunday Night Football unless they decide to put them on Thursday. Sunday Night Football, Dallas Cowboys traveling to New York to play the Giants. Des, man, I'm shocked by your pick. Who you got?
I don't know why you would be shocked by me picking the New York Giants here. See, it's just something about the Dallas Cowboys, right? They've gone on their run, and they've hidden that proverbial glass ceiling. And I think this is the year that we see the Dallas Cowboys tumble back. I think they had their window of opportunity, and that window has closed for them. And and I think New York Giants, they are on the incline. And that's why I picked the New York Giants, because you look at how they played last year, coming into the season, nobody expected anything from them. And they went out and they showed and proved that they could be a good football team. I think they take that next step and become a better football team this year. And Dallas takes a step backwards and become a less impressive football team this year. And it starts with game one. The New York Giants will win this game, and they're going to win it because of better quarterback play.
Ooh, better quarterback play. Okay. Well, yeah, I think this is a huge season for Dak. Pressure's on. He's up for an extension. Jerry Jones said he was going to give it, but hadn't taken any action on that. They just picked up breaking news at the time of filming this, because this is Saturday, August 26th, the date of recording this. So just last night, the Cowboys traded a 4th-round pick for Trey Lance. So now they have Trey Lance as their 3rd pick. Their backup quarterback, Cooper Rush, is certainly capable, stepped in last year and won a lot of games. So a lot of pressure on Dak. So because of that, I feel Dak will show improve and have one of his better seasons. I think Dallas will play just as well as they did last year, and I think that'll be enough to win this game. And they typically come out the gate and play well out the gate. So I've got Dallas in this one. Who do you got, Diego?
I got the Cowboys. Yeah, same reason you said. I mean, Dak got the pressure around him, and just have them. They're the better team. I just don't expect a lot from the Giants this year. So.
Yeah. Okay. I expected a whole lot from them last year. I think they really got a qualified coach running that franchise now. Saquon Barkley is playing for a lot. They extended their quarterback, so he's feeling comfortable. I think he really showed everybody the upside of his capabilities and flashes, not consistently. So I think he takes that next step and becomes, as Diego said, one of the top half quarterbacks in the league. And I think he'll be in the middle of the pack of that top half.
Okay. All right. We're gonna see. That's gonna be a great way to end, although the final end of the week will be the Monday night matchup, but it'll start to wind on down. But wow, we have some amazing matchups this opening week. Can't wait. Football season is about here, ready to go. Next week we'll announce who we're playing for. So we're still working through that. But I know last year we played for a couple of causes. So I was playing for the Jalen Rose Leadership Academy. Diego was playing for Steph Curry Eat, Learn, and Play. We, I of course again won that and sent some money out. So
I'll tell you who I'm playing for this year. I'm playing for the United Way Central Florida chapter. I am the campaign chair this year for our fundraiser. Raising $20.4 million is the goal. So Derek, if you can, slide 500,000 to me, I'll be well on my way. Yeah, that's the goal. So any little bit can help, and I feel like this is a way for me to get a little bit from you guys.
All right.
Just by taking this championship this year for the Pick'em Pros.
Oh man! All right, beautiful. Well, yeah, congratulations in your role there. We'll definitely be promoting them throughout this season and make sure every episode we mention them. So that's who you're playing for. All right, fantastic, good. Well, that's what we do here at Pick'em Pros. We don't just pick our games and have fun and talk junk as we do. We also raise money for great causes. So all you all that are watching out there, if you want to get behind each of our causes at any time, we'll show you how you can donate to that. So we'll make sure we show that on all of our shows ongoing. But we're going to get on out of here. We'll see you next time. Thank you for checking us out, Des. Hey, man, thank you for being here. Thanks for coming and checking us out last week, speaking at Ravenscroft, speaking with Diego's team, and the team really enjoyed it.
Fun times, man. Hopefully I get to do it again real soon.
Yes. We'll look to do that again soon. And then throughout the season, we'll have you send in your picks where you're on an island. So we'll have you on every show in some capacity with that. But we'll get your picks, everyone. All right. Well, let's get on out of here as we always do with Pick'em Pros. We'll see y'all next week. Until then, Pick'em Pros.